13. The median net worth or wealth of a black family is 13 times less that of a white family. Or for every dollar a white family owns, a black family has only 8 cents. 10. The median net wealth of a white family is 10 times that of a Latino family in the United States. Or for every dollar a white family owns, a Latino family has only 10 cents. This makes us ask some very challenging questions. Are whites 13 times smarter than blacks? Do whites work 10 times harder than Latinos? My name is Kylie Patterson. I'm the Senior Program Manager for the Racial Wealth Divide Initiative at the Corporation for Enterprise Development. My talk is Race, Wealth, and Millennials, and my answer to those preceding questions is an emphatic no. So to begin, what is wealth? Well, wealth is your assets minus your debts. In this room, assets may be cash in the bank, a paid-off car or home, and your debt may be student loan debt, mortgage, or the iPhone 6S you're playing Pokemon Go on right now. But why is there a racial wealth divide? Well, the primary driver of wealth in the United States is home ownership, and that's the reason for the divide today in America. And that will be the talk, or the focus of my talk today. Unfortunately, the federal government and policy has been complicit in preventing minorities, primarily African Americans, from owning homes. It began with redlining. The Federal Housing Administration did not provide subsidized loans to low-income and inner-city communities, such as Baltimore. Then we see that when GIs came home from World War II, so many whites were actually able to purchase homes, but when blacks went to the bank, they were met with discrimination and racism. So what do we see? We see that the Federal Housing Act was passed, and we thought that we were free from this type of activity. Yet 40 years later, blacks and Latinos, again, found themselves 2 times more likely to be targeted for subprime loans, and now they're more likely to lose their homes to foreclosure. So today, we find ourselves in a difficult situation. Less than 50% of blacks own their homes. And the median net wealth of a Latino family is less than $9,000. This in and of itself is a problem, but this is compounded by unemployment. The black unemployment rate consistently is 2 times that of whites, and the Latino unemployment rate is 1.5 times that of whites. So, no job, no home, no wealth. There are millions in dire straits, and it's time for all of us to wake up and recognize that this issue is our issue. The racial wealth divide is our issue. Unfortunately, I have more bad news. So the majority in this room have student loan debt. And the average 2016 graduate has more than $26,000 in student loans. Whoa. We're on track to be a majority-minority country by 2050. I made mention of that. And at this current stage, because of past policies, current debt burdens, we're on track to be the poorest generation, and our next generation will be even poorer. So what does that mean for our global competitiveness? Well, we won't be able to compete. What we'll find is that without private wealth, the public and private sector are handcuffed in their ability to innovate and lead in the global economy. Now, it's time to start talking about solutions. We've talked sufficiently about problems. So the solutions I'm going to talk about will be limited. There are multiple to consider, multiple to address. But today, I'm going to present 4. And there'll be 4 challenges to all of you. First and foremost, I need you to save yourself. Be conservative in your finances. If you're one of the lucky few that has more than $26,000 in student loan debt, start paying that off and start paying it off now. The data tells us that 2 out of 5 in this room have yet to start investing for your retirement. Be like Albert Einstein. Take advantage of compound interest and start investing today. Now remember, federal policy very much is the agent of the racial wealth divide. So let's be radical in our policy. Currently, the mortgage interest reduction subsidizes the ownership of McMansions. Let's change that and support median and low-income families in owning their homes. And finally, I ask you all to be the change. Be the change in your communities, in your families, and lead, recognizing that this is not a them problem, this is our problem. Thank you.